This is the story of Fire Sale franchise, designed for anyone who is new to the series but wants to catch up without having to watch 25 episodes. I guess it's also a nice trip down memory lane for everyone else, and it reminds us where we've come from before we really get into it this year. We started with the New Orleans Saints as you know them today. Breeze, Jordan, Armstead, all the regulars. The plan was simple: trade away every single Saints player and only sign players with an overall of 70 or lower. It was a fire sale, everything must go, with one thing in mind: to load up on draft picks and build an entirely new team within 2 years. 4 original players survived the chop. Wide receiver Brandon Coleman, who was a low enough overall and has turned out to be one of our biggest weapons. Rookie wide receiver Michael Thomas. Rookie defensive tackle David Onyemata, who actually survived on the practice squad and joined the team in Season 2. And punter Thomas Morstead, who wasn't under 70, but he was the punter. We traded everyone away mostly for trade value in 2018. For the first draft in 2017, we had 1 first rounder, 2 second rounds, a third, 2 fourth, 4 fifth, 1 sixth, and 3 seventh rounders. Most of that we traded away for players, finishing with a first rounder, 2 second rounders, 2 fifth rounders, and 2 seventh round picks in 2017. In 2018, we had 5 first round picks, 8 second rounders, a third, 3 fourth, a fifth, 2 sixth, and 5 seventh rounders. Our first season started out disastrously. We lost a lot of games by terrible margins, but thanks to a lackluster NFC South, we actually made it to the playoffs with an 8-8 record as NFC South champions, but went out in the first round to a tough Cardinals team that went 10-6. Super Bowl 51 saw the Patriots and Seahawks squaring off, with the Seahawks winning 21-7. While scouting, we met a prospect at cornerback named Jameson Nickerson. He was 6'4", 214 pounds and ran a 4.29 40. We had to have him, so we traded our first that year, a first from 2018 and a second from 2018 to move up to the 5th overall pick and take him. Boy was he worth it. He came in with a 79 overall, 96 speed, 93 acceleration, 86 zone and 80 man coverage. Altogether in the 2017 draft, we picked up cornerback Jameson Nickerson, left tackle Nat Newsome, free safety Darren Stanley, center Corey Wong, and kicker Brennan Thomason, all of whom started the next season. We also picked up an undrafted free agent free safety called Derek Milner, who we moved over to strong safety, and he won himself a starting spot after his performance in the preseason. 2017 was a drastically different season for us. 2016 we went 8-8. In 2017 we went 11-5 on the back of a defense that led the league. Nickerson, Stanley, and Milner made up a rookie secondary like no other. Nickerson was rarely tested and could keep up with anybody lining up across from him. Stanley was a playmaker, finishing the season tied for the team lead in interceptions, and Milner was a great box safety who also played well in coverage. Veterans played a big role too. We signed Ifo Ekpreolumu at the start of the series. He had had an ACL tear that he got in college, and it already had kept him out an entire year, and he wasn't going to be healthy until 2017, but we believed in him. His first season in the NFL started a bit rockily. He allowed a couple of big catches by playing the ball, but by the end of the season he had transformed into more than a solid corner, tying Darren Stanley for the team lead in picks. Kevin Pierre-Louis had been the leader of our defense since year 1, but he continued to play incredibly despite missing a few weeks in the middle of the season. And formerly troubled player Dion Jordan finally lived up to his potential and finished the season with 22 sacks, tying the all-time record for sacks in a game against the Packers. In 2017, we made it all the way to the Super Bowl, but ultimately fell short against a solid Bengals team who got their first playoff win in the wildcard round and just didn't stop winning. And that brings us here. 2018, a huge draft class of 16 new players and a huge quarterback controversy. So if you're brand new, you can either start with episode 26, which is this most recent draft, or you can just jump in at episode 28, which will be week 1 of the 2018 season. The series was created so that we would have a huge draft class made up of a whole bunch of early round picks. This is where the Fire Sale franchise truly starts, and you've missed nothing compared to what will happen now.